Hi, today I'm going to make a project for my evidence number one. What I'm going to do is an hydraulic brake. What we're going to need for this project is there are some first a disc with a disc holder that will help us to simulate the wheel or the part that makes the brake that stops the brake. Some metal holders, some wood planks of different sizes, a scooter, a silicone pistol, some wire, two syringes, a tube, a plastic tube, a string, some screws. This is called a switch, a a switch, and it's going to help us to make like the accelerator, a motor or engine, and some wires, electric wires, a battery of 10 volts of 9 volts in my case. That depends of the capacity of your motor. What else? And I think that's all that we're going to need to make our hydraulic brake. Okay, now let's begin. First, we need to set our base. So we're going to use one of the wood planks that we have. This one has a hole because we're going to put here the engine or the motor. Okay, so to set it down, we need this metal holder that we're going to screw here. Very tight to avoid any movement. Okay, now we're going to screw the base with this metal holder. So we're going to use the second screw and do the same. Very tight. Okay, now we have set it down. It moves a little bit with the smart. It is not going to be applied with a lot of force, so it's okay. Okay, now here is going to be the engine of the motor that we're going to put here. The wires need to be put right here. And we'll put it. Like this. Now we have our wheel. Okay, now we're going to put our wheel with the disc holder that's going to help us to make it spin. We'll put it like this, and that would be set. Now our next step is going to build the next part of the wheel of the wheel engine. Okay, now that we have all this, that is the stand and the motor. Now we need to build the next step, that is the base for the second part of the brake. Okay, what I'm going to need is a little bit of instant glue. Okay, for this second part, now that we have the base of the motor and this or the CD, we need to build the second part of this base where the hydraulic brake is going to work. Okay, we are going to need a little bit of instant glue. In my case, is Cola Loca, or you can use the silicone. Okay, for this purpose, I put some nails in the wood planks to make it easier. So now let's put a little bit of instant glue here, and let's put it right here. This will stay strong and it won't be detached. Now here. Now the third piece of wood. This piece of wood have this range right now because if not, it's going to be more difficult later to put it. Now we got this second part, and how will this work? While the CD spins by the Pascal's law, if we activate the first syringe, the fluid will come here and will stop the movement of the CD. Okay, now that we have this piece finished, this base, we're going to make the second one. Okay, now I'm going to turn this in this way, and I'm going to do the same in this one, but with this syringe. First, we need to adjust the base. And for the video to make this, I'm going to use a drill. First one. Second one. Now we'll adjust. Now let's put this wood plank. It's going to be just like this. Right, okay, so we have finished with this. Now it's time to put this syringe. Now we'll introduce it with the plastic tube, and we're going to make a little force to get it in. Just like that. And now we have the second base done. Now we need to fill this with water. Okay, I got water. What we're going to do is it very carefully. We're going to fill this with water. Okay, now like this. Very carefully fill it with water. Now put it this piece. And that's it. Now you have the syringe with water, and now you're going to place it in here. And like that. Oops. Well, now that you have the syringe with water, you're going to push very slowly, and you're going to see how this stops the disc. Now take it back, it goes back. Let's say it is spinning. Now a little bit of the pressure. Now it's done. Well, the next part, it's a little bit complicated to explain, and it was so difficult to make that I couldn't got it in video, but this is how it did it. Okay, we had the base and this part with water. What I did, I'm going to simulate like the brake pedal. So first, I make a hole in the front base of this base to make a wood craft like this. It's a cylinder with a gap here where this wood stick have this little space, so I could put it there, and with a clip, the clip that I made with a bit of wire and some clipper, I make this. Well, what I did next, in the same stick I made a little hole here and here in this part, so I could create this movement where the brake go. It's going to stop it, and then it's going to release. I add a little spring so it can go back to the initial position. So when I do this, the fluid is going to travel all this way up to here, and it's going to push the CD. And that's what I made in this step. Again, this little piece of woodcraft hole, a little hole here, so they could go in this space. With wire I made like a clip, then another hole to make another clip in this part, and the last thing that I made was to add this spring so it could release. And now it's going to be the final part where I'm going to fill with wire this again, and the electronic part for the CD to spin. Okay, now we are done. What was the last step? It was this part, the electronic part. What I did, okay, I have the cable for the engine or the motor, and I attached two batteries. The negative side I attach it to this part, and the positive, it's right here, I put a coaxial connection to this switch. This is called a micro switch. So when I press it, it's going to spin. Why? Because the positive connection goes here and have another pin right here that is connected to the other part of the motor. So right now, how does it work? Imagine we're in a car. I push the accelerator to extend the spin. Now what I do is I want to step on the brake, and that's how it is, and that stops the spinning CD or the spinning wheel in the case that we're in the car. So what happened here, because of the Pascal's principle, where that it says that a little the same pressure that is going to be here is going to be applied in the next in the second part. Okay, so with the little pressure that we make here, the fluid goes all over to the other part. Let me show you in this position. Imagine you are driving, so you push it, it starts to spin, and then slowly you go with the brake, and you see how the syringe is moving. And even though I'm pressing the accelerator, because I'm pressing the brake, it stops. And that's how it's done. That's all from my part. This is my evidence number 1. This was the project about the hydraulic brake, and I hope you like it. The last one more time. Let's see how spins, and there goes the brake, and it stops. I hope you like the video. Thank you.